On December 7, 1941, after being hit with 2 torpedoes and an aerial bomb, the flagship of the US Navy, battleship California, was engulfed in flames and slowly slipping under the waters of Pearl Harbor Bay. She was the only US battleship ever built on the west coast of America. She was laid down at a naval shipyard near San Francisco, California, on October 25, 1916, and in August 1921, the ship was commissioned into service. The California project embodied the development of standard-type US battleships. The ship was improved in many offensive and defensive aspects compared with the preceding New Mexico class. Thus, California's 356mm main guns received a 30-degree elevation angle, which was precisely 2 times more than that of New Mexico and provided for a firing range of more than 33 kilometers. The ship's armor layout followed the classic American all-or-nothing paradigm and remained almost unchanged. Only the main belt plates were moved to the internal surface of the ship's plating. This made room for a new torpedo protection system that was later approved for all large US ships. It was precisely this system that saved California from suffering more severe consequences caused by Japanese torpedoes exploding in Pearl Harbor. California was raised from the sea bottom at the end of March 1942 and transferred to a dry dock. In October of the same year, the battleship traveled to the Puget Sound Naval Shipyard in Washington State under her own power. Over the next 15 months, the ship underwent repairs that included extensive upgrades. During that time, the battleship's exterior and armament composition, except for the main battery, changed entirely. The horizontal armor was reinforced. Large bulges were installed that gave the ship greater stability by compensating for the extra weight of her armor and anti-aircraft guns. The bulges also improved the ship's torpedo protection. The increased hull width allowed the installation of 8 coupled 127mm dual-purpose mounts, 10 quadruple 40mm Bofors guns, and 43 20mm Oerlikon guns. An entirely new artillery fire control system and a set of radars were also installed on the ship. In the summer of 1944, battleship California returned to the Pacific Theater and actively participated in an operation to capture the Mariana Islands. In fall of the same year, California joined the fleet tasked with invading the Philippine Islands. The battleship was involved in the largest naval battle of World War II, the Battle of Leyte Gulf. On October 25, in that battle in the Surigao Strait, California and her sister ship marked their appearance in the last artillery battle between battleships in history. Together with another victim of the attack on Pearl Harbor, West Virginia, they sent Japanese flagship Yamashiro to the bottom. During the landings on Luzon Island in the Philippines at the beginning of January 1945, US ships were subjected to mass kamikaze attacks. On January 6, an airplane managed to pass through dense anti-aircraft fire, crashed near the main mast on California, covered the ship's deck with its fragments, and started a fire on board. The battleship remained in the South China Sea until January 21 and covered the landing zone from possible attacks by the Japanese Navy. At the beginning of February, the ship was sent to the Puget Sound Naval Shipyard for repairs. The battleship returned to the Pacific Ocean in the middle of summer 1945 to join the operation to capture Okinawa. After the war ended, California returned home. The ship traveled through the Indian and Atlantic Oceans to arrive in Philadelphia on December 7, 1945. The battleship was laid up there in February 1947. She was decommissioned and sold for scrap in 1959.
装甲貫通。実戦戦火に被弾、急激に浸水しています。我が軍の勝利は目前です。対応完了しました。了解だ。敵巡洋艦を撃沈。我が軍の勝利は目前です。撃墜されました。敵戦艦撃沈しました。